Hello everybody and welcome. So today I'm going to show you the darkroom trap system that I've been working on. As you can see, it works rather well. Takes pretty small space for what it's worth, and works rather well. So let me switch to peaceful and I'll show you how this works. So what this design is based off of, it's based off one of those really expensive traps, kind of like most of the Enderman traps where you step on the pressure plate and the piston pushes you away. And so I heard from the new mob AI that's the only way to do it now. I've decided to argue that, so I've done this. And basically this is based off of that. Only you have 8 spawning spaces per piston. And when you step on it, it just opens up the water and you get pushed, or the mob gets pushed into the central water stream, and that's basically how it works. Yeah, so without any further ado, let's show you how to build it. Alright, so we're gonna build a continuation of this trap because it's the same, so if you start or not, it is the same. So the first thing you would want to do is you would want to lay out your actual spawning areas. So for example, this is the wall. So what we want to do is we want to count 8 from the central point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. And the reason we would want to do that is because that's how water flows. Water only flows for 8 blocks, and so that's why you would want to make it out of 8. And something to keep in mind, even though I build it out of glass in here, that was purely for testing purposes, and normally I would actually discourage building it from glass, because glass is transparent, it passes through light, so if you have any light anywhere in your trap, it would affect it more. So you certainly don't want to do that. But you'd want to make it, you most likely would want to make it on both sides. So just count 8 from both, from the very center in both sides. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. So now once you have this right here, you can do it as many times as you want. You can go as far as you want. This is certainly not the maximum side per layer. You can make it either vertical or horizontal. It doesn't matter. It'll work just as well either way. Or you can make it both. You can make it really long and very tall at the same time. So the choice here is really up to you. So let's just make 2 layers just to show you that you can. So I'll outline the walls and then I'll tell you what we'll do with that. So I also dug the canal, and you want to have the canal be at least 2 deep. And once you dig the canal, what you really want to do is you actually want to actually never mind, you want a canal at least 3 deep. Sorry about that. But what you would want to do now is that between each line, so this area right here between the lines, you would want to dig a little peeking window, just 2 in, and you'd fill that in later. It's just to make it easier for you. So between each, so between the 2 spawning areas, you want to make a little peeping window on both sides. And the reason you would want to do that is so that when you go here now, you'd want to dig in between the 2 areas. So you'd want to just make it go like that. You want to go down 3. And now just dig until you hit your little window. Dig 1, so until you have it be like that, and then you can fill it in. So that's just what it's for. Alternatively, you can just dig until you hit the thing, but I don't know. So now what you would want to do is actually you would want to dig to the both sides of it, so right under your spawning areas. So like that. And then you just run the redstone on the spawning pads. This will be used to trigger the trap, the the pressure pad mechanism. So like right here, see the pressure pad, so that's what triggers it. Oops. And once you're done with that, place a torch in here, and in case they add a mob that can spawn in one wide area, and then you just want to fill this in right here. And the reason you would want to fill that in is so that no light sneaks through here. So like for example, you see right here we have the redstone, but no light is sneaking through here. And if we were to break that right there, not a very good demonstration here, but if we were to go down deeper and break, you see some light inside there, so you would want to avoid that. And yeah, but once you dug your and placed your redstone, you would want to take out, you'd want to take down these 2 blocks and place a redstone torch on all 3 of the, or on all your lines. What I found to be the quickest is to just do them all, just like do one thing at a time for each one of them. So for example, you would just take out the block, go through all of your spawning areas, take out a block, and instead of actually finishing them one at a time. So then just place a block here, another redstone torch, and then just place a block on top of your redstone torch, and a redstone torch on top of that, which should, my potion is gone, but that should reverse the current. So for example, if you don't have anything on the pressure pads, it should be lit up. So like so right here, it's nothing is pressing on it, should be lit up. But now what you do is you place the block on top of the redstone torch, and then you can just do this, remove this block. This is where the piston will go, and now place the redstone. Now you should just place the redstone on this block. And although, like for example, the piston, since the piston will be right here like so, and you want it to be extended, you might be asking yourself why not just do this right here? Why not just do this right here? And the reason for that is because light will be actually sneaking through, because pistons are indeed an opaque block, and light will sneak through them. So you want them to be covered on all sides so that no light sneaks through it. And then you want to place a block on top of here. And yeah. So now what you want to do next is you want to just cover the whole area, the whole trap, so that it has some sort of a roof on it. So I'll be right back when that's done. And one thing I forgot to mention is that before you put the roof in, you actually probably want to put the pressure pads in first. And just to see that it works, you want to step on one of the pressure pads and make sure that the piston retracts, because that's what you want. So that's what's going to trigger the water flow. So do that to both of them. Make sure the piston retracts, and then there you go. So once you're added the roof and the pressure pads, now just make it so that the block above the piston head is completely surrounded, because that's where the water will go. So basically, I should be able to now pour water into it, and it wouldn't overflow anywhere. So that's what you want. And also, as final kind of steps, you want to make sure that your piston is covered on all 4 or on all 6 sides. Failing at math, but the reason for that is because, as you can see, there's actually some light leaking through it. So what you want to do is cover it on all sides. So now there's no light peeking through it. And as final, cover the water as final sort of prep. And now no light will be peeking through it. So as you can see, there's absolutely no light peeking through it. And going back to the idea where some of you might be asking, why not just do that? Well, because now as you can see, there's light peeping through it, so which you don't want to do that, so yeah. And now that's pretty much the basic gist of how you make the trap. Now if you just walk through, if I can manage to set my flying, so now you know anything that's here will just fall down. And what you do now is it's pretty much up to you. You just throw them down into the canal. It doesn't work on spiders, this trap, so, but who cares about spiders? So now you just have this thing going down the canal, going down. You can make it again as long as you want it to be, and then you can have it going into your killing mechanism. So this could be an XP farm, this could be a non-XP farm, just an item farm, and it's really up to you what you want to do with it, because it just collects the mobs into one central point. So like right here I have a lava trap that will kill the mobs and get their drops to be here, to go here. So yeah, and this also works as actually a bit of a squid farm too, because they just come here and they die just as well as any other mobs. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to rate this, or to give this a thumbs up, and be sure to also subscribe. I have a Let's Play series on the YNI server, so be sure to check that out as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya!